Now, away from that, based on new parameters, Nigeria's Statistics Agency has reported the country's unemployment rate at 4.1%, the lowest in many years. The National Bureau of Statistics now classifies the employed in Nigeria as those working for at least 1 hour a week, as against the 20-hour-week perimeter it had been using. In its new labor force report, the Bureau said about 3 in 4 working-age Nigerians aged at least 15 were employed in the first quarter of 2023. However, there were reservations that unemployment statistics with the updated methodology do not reflect the true number of jobless people in Africa's most populous country. Join us live on NC Continental Prime tonight to discuss this is Muktar Mohammed, CEO of Asher Investment Limited. A warm welcome to you. Muktar, I see you have a bright smile on your face. Some people have the opinion that the true unemployment rate in Nigeria might be more than 33% recorded in the 2020 release when the NBS last released the labor data. What sort of methodology is this, and what do you make of the latest data? 4.1% unemployment rate.
Thank you so much for having me. I think you've answered that in your introduction. It's not a true reflection of what is happening. We have a lot of graduates that are doing some job because they don't have a good job to do. So nobody is talking about underemployment. Nobody is talking about that you just decide to do the job that you see in spite of not being productive. Any economy is driven by productivity by job creation. So if we have jobs that are not productive, and we are now beginning to say, if you work for an hour in a day, that means you are employed. I mean, it's laughable because nobody's talking about the income level of those that work 1 hour. What type of job do they do? How much is their income? How much is their takeaway? Are they able to meet the need of their of those that are under them? So definitely, I don't think it's a true reflection. I think it's more or less like trying to you want to bring down your unemployment ratio to say, oh, we are doing something. Definitely, you're not doing anything. It seems same or same because
Okay.
even in developed country, we know that unemployment is not 4.1%. Like we have been from 32% to 4.1%.
I mean,
If it was really a true reflection, we
it
would be
must be
excited.
it must be a miracle. Now, how do you think the MBS came about this methodology, and what's the global best practice? Because you can't say, okay, we're using the Nigerian methodology. We don't live in isolation of the rest of the world. This new methodology, apart from the way it arrived, just working for at least 1 hour a week is, I mean, it's quite shocking to some people. And the new methodology also removed the age limit of 64 and classified anyone aged at least 15 who is engaged in work for profit, at least for 1 hour within the last 7 days, as employed. Do you buy this methodology, or what could be the reasoning behind this?
I don't buy the methodology because it's not global best practice. There's what we call child labor. Any child that works at the age of 15, I mean, it's child labor. I mean, and if we are, as a country, we are saying we need to get children back to school, and now we are not saying that we are supporting children that work at the age of 15 without going to school because they work for 1 hour. I think it's wrong. The methodology is wrong. Global best practices is how much job do you create, how much middle class have you created, how many people have you lifted out from poverty. That is what we talk. Well, that's when you talk about job creation. Then you talk about the income level. How many of the jobs were you created? Like I said, and how many have been lifted out from poverty? And you don't have that in the statistics. There, nobody's talking about how much is being lifted out of property. Nobody's talking about the underemployed. Nobody's talking about the youth that are not employed. You are selling a youth that is eager to have it to work 20 hours because he can't find a job and he does it for 1 hour. You now say he's employed, and you are not looking at his income level. So definitely it's not a true reflection. It's not a global best practice. It's their own methodology they brought in. I keep saying that as long as in Nigeria, we have 4 classes of people now. We have the very rich, we have the rich, we have the poor, and the very poor. There's no middle class. The middle class are what we call the working class in any economy. So as it stands now, that class is virtually not there. Even when it's there, they're all thinking of going to take their skill outside the shore of this country to be able to earn more and take
Okay.
care of their family.
Now, Muktar, you've faulted this latest statistics on many grounds. I mean, we're signatory to International Labour Organization protocols, and we should not, in the name of driving unemployment levels down, should not include 15-year-olds. Like you rightly said, that's employing people that are below the employment level. Now, moving on, either going by the latest data or not, I mean, let's get to reality. What areas should the government focus on to improve employment in the country in a critical period like this?
I think the government, even in that report, I think they made one good point there where they say that the informal sector employed about 98% of Nigeria. For me, that is where the government need to concentrate and see how you can get this informal sector, help them grow their business, either in area of training and soft loan. This seems to be the key drivers of the Nigerian economy. I've been saying it over and over. It's not the formal sector, it's the informal sector. And now, why are we not getting so much revenue from the informal sector? Because government have not been able to provide for them. The hairdresser, the vulcanizer, the guy that has a barbing salon, the woman that sell agbado on the street, or all those people, the one that hawk with pure water. What type of support system are you giving to them? If you begin to give them support system, you not only help the economy to grow, you also help yourself. I mean, the government also be able to increase revenue and also will be able to tackle the area of insecurity. We are beginning to hear that traffic robbery is coming back to Lagos because there seems to be nothing to do. So when you work for 1 hour in a day, then what do you do with the remaining 24 hours? So definitely, I think the government should do a lot in supporting the informal sector, in seeing how they can help them, maybe in the area of, it could be in the area, like I say, of soft loan, it could be in the area of infrastructure, and it could also, so one not forget, should be in the area of education. We should not be proud to put 15 years old among those that are working in Nigeria. I think for me, it's a very wrong step. We should be thinking of how we can send them to school, educate them the more so that they can add to our GDP in the area of productivity. This current this thing has nothing to do with productivity. And I'm happy that the Minister for Economy and the Minister for Finance and Coordinating Minister of the Economy is thinking about productivity. I think he has a data that he needs to improve on with what the MPS have given thus far.
Thank you very much, Muktar Mohammed. Always a pleasure speaking with you, CEO Asher Investment Limited, joining us from Houston in the United States to talk about the latest unemployment statistics released by the Nigerian Bureau of Statistics. Thank you.
Thank you for having me.